Hello guys, welcome back to another Lumley trading video. In this one, it's going to, be episode 1 of the funded challenge. And we didn't actually take a trade today. I guess you can come see over here in our challenge. We did take one trade that's on the simulated. So over on the challenge, you get 2 accounts. You get a sim and the gauntlet. So the gauntlet one, that's the one that actually counts towards your profit target. And the one below is, again, if you just want to test some things and all of that. So today, why didn't we take a trade? And the reason for it is we go back to 8:30. So this was the trade. If you're on the Instagram, we did post it there. We said at 8:30 we were looking to trade the Canadian GDP. And how were we looking to trade it? I think I have it up over here. Yep. So this is my backtesting from the Canadian GDP. How did we want to trade it? So looking at the Japanese yen or the ES, fade if it's not the same as expected. So all that means is if we go over to Forex Factory, or again, any website that you use, actually we have it on investing.com as of right now, and you can see over here we had Canadian month-on-month GDP. So this is what we were looking at, forecast 0.1%, and then actual also came out at 0.1%. So again, it's following the strategy, not forcing trades when there isn't one to take. And from at least my own back testing, it was if it came out exactly as expected, surprisingly, I didn't actually want to fade it. At least when looking at the S&P and also when looking at the yen. And the reason I was looking at the yen is, again, a lot of times it's just more liquid. But one thing, and again, this is why it's so key to observe. And it's why I literally keep, as you can see down here, all the news related scenarios that I trade, I keep track of them. Every time there's a release, we're putting in information about it. And why is that? So again, when I did the majority of testing, it was always on the yen, it was always on the S&P, and it was always on the Tino. Now, again, usually we'd look at the Canadian bond, but on a lot of platforms, it's just quite difficult to actually trade the Canadian bond. But what I did actually see is, okay, the S&P, again, if we go over to 8:30, S&P didn't really provide any trading opportunity, didn't touch it, and again, wouldn't have touched it anyway because it came out as expected. And then going over to 8:30 on the yen, again, no real movement. It didn't provide a trading opportunity. You didn't get a spike either side. But what was kind of really standing out, and these are key things to observing, is how did the Canadian actually, or the Canadian future actually perform? And this did actually provide the fading opportunity. So again, this was quite weird to see because through all the backtesting, through all the previous results, at least going back at least 6 months, the yen always had a big movement on the result, even if it came out as expected. So this was the first time the yen didn't really move at all off this news. So again, so I saw that was quite strange within itself. So again, that's why I didn't trade. I could have gone over to the Canadian and try and catch the fade, but I didn't see the yen move, which again, it was different. It's not something I'd seen before. So if it's a new scenario, I don't want to trade it. Yes, history tends to repeat itself. So if it doesn't repeat itself or it's a new event, I don't want to be trading it. There's a lot of risk on the side. But now this is now one thing I can go back and kind of go and test some more. It's how does the Canadian dollar perform even if the other currency like the yen is not moving? And obviously Canadian one is going to be the most impactful because it's Canadian GDP. But again, these are just things. I kind of wanted to post this video because even though we didn't take a trade, it's why we didn't take a trade and how we can progress going further. So tomorrow and Thursday, we have a lot of news. So there'll definitely be videos going out here. Again, most of the time, if you don't take a trade, I won't upload a video. Kind of just wanted to go through because it was the first day of having the account live. Why I didn't take the trade in the end. And so yeah, this was the main thing. So now all I'm going to do, I'll do it today, is go back, see how did the Canadian dollar perform on each of these releases. Did it always provide the fade? Again, how did it react if it came out as expected and all of this stuff? So again, it's key things just to be noting after every release. What happened? Did it come out as expected? If not, how far did it miss by? And then how did the different products that you're paying attention to perform? Again, these are all important things to be keeping track of. And again, watching these live, I can start seeing different things. So one of the key things I'm starting to kind of integrate is book maps. Again, for some reason, when I put it onto this screen, it always freezes. But that is book maps. You can get it as a subscription. You can also get it on like Think or Swim. They recently added it over. And again, this is basically like a few things. It's kind of like level 2 and volume kind of all in one. And you can start seeing where are big buys and sellers sitting. So again, this was another thing I was kind of watching as the release came out to see if we did get a spike on the S&P, that is maybe where I'm looking to fade the move. So again, this is kind of just a key thing I'm looking at, and again, it may even just provide another strategy. One of the things I had noticed today is it seems to be providing quite a good scalp opportunity. And how, again, are you observing these? Noting down everything you're seeing. Again, I was watching the book map, and I saw every time it comes into these red layers, again, I'll try and put it over, see if it works, not really. But you can see here, this is a red layer. Basically, this is just a heavy support where there's a lot of buyers sitting at this level. And what did you see as soon as we hit this level? Push up, obviously come down. This is when the order, as soon as we broke through this level, the orders came in. And then as soon as we came into this level, you got that long bias. Again, not massive moves, but they're more scalps. And that's one of the things I'm noticing is coming into these levels, again, they can just be a strict technical focus and just maybe get in for a quick scalp. And that was actually what the trade was over here on the Ninja Trader. That's actually what this trade was. If we go over to the execution, we can quickly see, I know that's ID. The price we got in at 65.25 and got out at 66. So again, what was that? Again, I wasn't paying too much attention because the order was kind of just left out. But if we went over on here, I don't know if I can get it back up now. Don't think I can. But on the book map anyway, that was a red level, which again basically just shows us heavy layer of support, and we expect at least a scalp coming to this level. What happened as soon as we hit this level? This was the first time we hit it. $65, basically the bottom, went down one tick below. And then you got that strong spike to the upside. So again, these are things I'm going to be writing down. I'm going to keep observing, especially depending on what time of the day they happen. You know, this is coming into the open. Is it still efficient when we're coming into the US Open? Are these levels still holding? Because obviously that is when volume definitely increases. So even though it's a heavy layer of support, is it still strong once the market opens? So again, like I said, mainly just wanted to go through this video is what I'm observing and kind of why I didn't trade the Canadian. And then also, what other things am I kind of just observing throughout the day? I mean, that's a key thing of watching. Obviously, it's going to be harder if you have a full-time job. You can't watch the charts all day. But if you are watching the charts all day, really be watching everything, seeing what patterns show, kind of what provide opportunities. Is it something you see quite regularly? So again, that's what I'm really looking at that book map thing now is I've only recently added it on, but it does seem whenever you come into really a red layer, you tend to get a scalp opportunity. And again, even if it's say only 8 ticks, you have a 4 tick stop, you have an 8 ticks profit target, cool. It's still a 1 to 2 risk to reward. And again, if you're trading many contracts like we are here, they're $12.50 a tick on the ES. So I mean, that's still $80 if the trade goes, or over $80 if it goes your way. Or no, it is $80 if it goes your way. And if it goes against you, $40. Again, that's one contract. You could go with 2, make it $160 and an $80 loss. So again, these are things. Do they work? How often do they work? And again, even if it worked 40% of the time at a 2 to 1 risk to reward, it's still going to be a profitable strategy. So again, these kind of just things I wanted to know, things I'm looking at going forward. Again, we'll have a video out tomorrow. We got the ADP non-farms. I think we also had one other thing tomorrow. We got the crude oil inventories, but that doesn't usually provide trading opportunities anymore. There might have been one other news thing out tomorrow, which will be key. And then on Thursday's really going to be a big day. Obviously, we've got the natural gas fade, one of the favourite trades we usually have each week. And then I think we had ISM PMI, which is usually quite a big trade as well. And then obviously going into Friday, we then got the NFP, non-farm payrolls. So again, big trades coming out for the rest of this week. That's why we had the account set up today. If we could have got the Canadian dollar, it would have just been a nice starting trade to get into it. But again, didn't want to force anything. The big trades come from Wednesday to Friday. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did want to drop a like and subscribe if you're excited for the series, definitely let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you in tomorrow's recap. And that's it. Peace.